Alrighty then. We seem to be live.
It says we're live.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, joined once again by Jedi Jason Kruger. And yeah, things are still weird, but much like everybody else, we're pushing forward. This is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. If you've never seen this show before, Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for well over 15 years. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of professional wrestling with each and every one of you out there, other passionate wrestling fans. However, we're not insiders, we're not wrestlers, we're fans like everybody out there. We try to not use insider terms because at the end of the day, we're not insiders. We are just two marks. And yeah, so it's WrestleMania, eh? Ray says stay at home. Well, this is my home.
Exactly.
This
There
is
we
my
go.
home.
Good grief. Don't make me jump through hoops today to get to
Yeah.
it, but there we go.
Stay at home.
So WrestleMania.
What, me? I live like across the street. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like I said, this is his home, so
This is my home.
yeah.
So,
Social distance.
you know what? We might as well, yeah. We might as well just talk about this right now. WrestleMania will take place over 2 days. Yay. WrestleMania will take place in the Performance Center in front of not a fan. Not a one. You know, with the glasses. I am okay with them going ahead with an event. In times like this, and I mean, and it was really nailed on the head on when Dynamite comes around, more on that later.
Mm-hmm.
But at times like this, there's a lot of people worried, stressed,
Mm-hmm.
cooped up in their home with nothing to do.
Right.
So getting entertainment of any kind is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Having WrestleMania
Yeah.
take place in front of nobody is not a good idea. I mean, at least get 20 people, 50 people.
Yeah.
You know, we have been at independent wrestling shows where 40 people have made for a hot crowd.
Right.
Now, granted, that's not WrestleMania, but this is WrestleMania in this trying circumstance. That would, to me, would be a better option than just 2 nights of nobody there.
Yeah, but with the way things keep changing, I don't know if they'd be exceeding their limit just by having the bare minimum staff and performers to do the show.
Well, that
Much
leads
less.
into idea number 2.
Mm-hmm.
You take a few of the matches. You call this show WrestleMania Stage 1. And you have this. And you have, matches that you can get away with having with the bare minimum of fans. Do Roman Reigns versus Goldberg in front of no fans because then nobody will shit on it. Yeah.
They'll still say they're sold out in Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they will. Have
new
that match.
record attendance at the Performance Center.
Have some undercard matches on there. And you can work all of this into the story. Everybody knows why it's happening. You don't have to insult our intelligence.
No.
I would say let let Randy Orton and Edge, especially after Monday, where Edge just had an amazing segment. You can. I want that match to be in front of people, but you could get away with like an empty arena knockdown drag out fight. You can essentially do Lawler and Funk with them.
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
you could do Cena and Bray there and be
Yep.
able to
Yep.
produce some bells and whistles to make things really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have on Raw, have Paul Heyman come out and go, yeah, my client Brock Lesnar is the champion, and I don't care what you call it. I don't care what the United States government says. I don't care what pandemic's going around. Brock Lesnar fights in front of a sellout crowd, and Brock Lesnar is not going to do this. So Brock Lesnar is going to go home and social distance himself, and whenever we're allowed to fight in front of a crowd, then my client, Brock Lesnar, will defend the WWE Championship against the Royal Rumble winner, Drew McIntyre. Until then, bye.
Yep.
Then in June, when all this is clear, you have WrestleMania Stage 2. And you let that match go
But
on.
here's the question: would you do Roman Reigns versus Goldberg in an empty arena?
I just said I would because then nobody will shit on the match.
Yep.
You can get
Yep,
you can
yep.
get away with it and go, God damn, pal, look, he's great.
Yep. So there you go. You got your main event for the first one.
Mhm.
You got your main event for the second one.
Yeah, you do that.
I would
You know,
also.
and I would find a way to somehow
Save Baszler and Lynch.
let's say Baszler and Lynch for a
For a
crowd
crowd.
because you need that. You know, you maybe I'd hate to say do this, you know, but maybe give Rhea Ripley and you know what? If you want more, if you want to save some of those, you bring in some NXT guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Give us some. I mean, it sounds like
and
they
build up and you can build up some more feuds for WrestleMania
it
Stage
sounds
2.
like they postponed Takeover. Just kind of shoehorn Takeover stuff into
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Call this WrestleMania Stage 1. Do it this week, and then whenever
Go ahead
June,
and
July, what you know, I mean, and unless Vince McMahon, being an important person, knows this shit ain't gonna end anytime soon. Which, you know, not getting political, I see this shit last until the election.
Right.
You know, everything will
And
be
he's got an inside track.
yeah. Unless he knows that ain't ever gonna happen, then what? But to me, it's just kind of like save WrestleMania. You know, take some I mean, I know you can't control this, but take some fucking pride in the name WrestleMania. You expect the whole world to fucking bow to you when it comes to WrestleMania? Don't put it in a fucking performance center unless you're gonna have an epic climax. But they're not doing that, so why get worked up?
Speaking of Dynamite doing a great job of not making it feel awkward, how weird was SmackDown and Raw?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dynamite saw how WWE has come up short on this, and they're like, and here's how we're gonna make ours better.
Mhm.
And they did a damn good job. I love the wrestlers in the crowd, MJF and Spears gambling and heckling the whole night was gold. Sammy Guevara trying to sing and forgetting the words to Judas was awesome. But before all this even began, Cody Rhodes had an amazing interview that really worked with the empty arena. With how everything that they were talking about, I feel like for that segment, if there were a crowd full of people, it wouldn't have been as good.
Mm.
They knew how to make the fact that this is going to be very, very different. They knew how to make that work and make it work to their advantage. Possibly, or it could have just been a damn accident. Who knows?
It's fair.
I feel like for WrestleMania, can you not get 10 fucking people to be an audience? Can you not get, I don't know what goes into it, but can you not get, okay, hey, here's some families of the wrestlers, and here you go. Okay, hey, you
Right.
guys are the families. Can you guys cheer and boo for us?
Right.
You can? Great!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
I know what you mean.
It was like, I mean, I'm still going to do I'm still going to do the giveaway, but like, one, I'm going to tell you right now, the coronavirus is making me backpedal. The WrestleMania giveaway, with there being no Takeover 2, is not going to be, it's going to be just a standard giveaway. We're going to save an epic giveaway for when there's an epic weekend of stuff.
Yeah.
So, sorry,
Fair.
but, still enter. You'll
Yeah.
still win some stuff.
Loot. Loot is loot. Just saying. Prizes is prizes.
Mm-hmm. But we had some.
My work gave us free candy for coming into work.
No,
I'm not complaining. It's just very basic, cheap Easter candy, but I'm not complaining.
Were there Reese's eggs?
No, there weren't Reese's
Yeah,
eggs,
fuck 'em,
but
man. Fuck 'em. Not Reese's eggs.
Yeah, it's not. I don't work for the Hilton, so.
No, but you work for a place that sells Reese's eggs.
This is true. Not toilet paper though.
No.
Anyway.
The matches were all good, but it's just kind of like it's hard to talk about good matches when there's no audience. Like
Right.
now, I finally get to a point. What people like Al Snow would say about, like, well, if there's nobody in the audience, how good is the match? I get to a point now, I still think that, we've seen some damn fine matches where, just for whatever reason, there was no crowd,
Right.
Not the boys, that's for damn sure. But
Yeah.
two big debuts in AEW. The Exalted one was revealed, and it is Brody Lee.
Man, I was skeptical of that, but
And then, once again, with his with his indie insider stuff, Excalibur said, just ran over him like a Mack truck. Brody Lee's former gimmick of being a trucker. And it's kind of like Orange Cassidy, and he can sting like a fire ant.
yeah, yep, it's what he does. But
So once again,
it wasn't. My reaction was not, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing," but it wasn't, "Oh, that sucks." If that makes sense for Brody Lee, it's almost a wait and see.
I think I like Brody Lee as a hire.
Yeah.
Because they need some more big guys.
Yeah.
And him along with Archer, if you've seen Archer's
Yeah.
New Japan stuff, they're both big men that can fucking go. But I've never really known Brody Lee in any incarnation as a charismatic guy. I'm not saying he isn't. But I've never known him as a talker. So that to me is the biggest question mark in Brody Lee.
Yep.
Had a really good segment of introducing Jake the Snake and Archer. Him just kind of being a
monster
that will fight anybody anywhere and put on his own stuff. And after seeing that segment, and I posted this on AEW group that I'm part of, I said I feel like that AEW should just go, if this is going to last until how long I think it's going to last,
right?
They should do some creativity with this and like have different wrestlers have like their own stage, and have the Hardy compound, the Young Bucks compound that you saw from Being the Elite. Have that backyard for Lance Archer, and that be Lance and Jake's kind of area. You could have you could have a set for MJF. And it'd be like this obnoxious mansion with big pictures of MJF and statues of MJF, just go ridiculous with it. You could have like the Jurassic Express and like make it look like
I love it.
Like Bedrock, I mean, like there's so many different things you could do with all this, and it's just.
We couldn't just make Jericho's home base a yacht, or a cruise ship.
Dude! Have like a ridiculous like Rockstar's Mansion set built for Jericho.
Yep.
And have like a Fountains of Bubbly and just all this stuff. Like fuck it, if we're gonna have to be if we're gonna have to be like this, at least just embrace it and go, hey, we're going ridiculous because you're not going so ridiculous to where it's like insulting someone's intelligence too much. At least I don't think. But it's kind of like, hey, rather than have an amphitheater full of nobody, here's this.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. As opposed to the strange laser light show empty arena that
everybody's
doing all their shows in right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. What say you, audience? Well, I just
need to hire more indie. Well, if there's any indie guys that are ready, because they don't have, AEW does not have a developmental system where they can take an indie guy who still needs development and just go, oh, okay, we're going to put you here for now and let you develop. No. They need a guy who's ready, and if they have an indie guy and he isn't developing well, he's just going to get shit on because, unfortunately, this is a bigger stage than, they don't have the luxury of NXT.
Painful reality we're seeing with the women's division in AEW.
Yeah. And a lot of WWE. I think to me there are three technically more WWE guys that I think they need to have.
Right.
The Revival and Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cage is now a WWE guy. And
right. That's one of the indie guys.
But here's the flip side of that argument. They have a lot of WWE guys, but they're WWE guys that weren't used well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing back my sports analogy. When Brett Favre wasn't used well by the Atlanta Falcons, the Packers picked him up and he had a Hall of Fame career there.
Right.
If somebody's out there and they're not a locker room cancer, go for it. You still got to build some people up.
We're not saying AEW needs to hire Lana as an active competitor.
But they have a lot of WWE guys, but I think all the WWE guys they have were not used to their fullest potential by the WWE. So here's a chance for them to be a familiar face for a casual audience, but at the same time it's like, oh, but I didn't see them use this well. They're good here. They're in WWE. They suck, but here they're good.
Christian Cage and AEW. I mean, maybe not treated as bad as some, but definitely never above the Intercontinental level.
You mean WWE?
Yeah.
You said AEW.
Oh, AEW. My bad. Yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Christian Cage, 2006, 2007, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh, wow, this guy can be.
Could Eric Young?
Top guy in the main event.
I mean, I think he could. He's not one of the ones that I'd pick up now. I kind of mentioned my three. There might be.
In an alternate universe, I wouldn't have been opposed to trying to have Eric Young be the Exalted One.
Right.
That's a little late now, obviously, but that wouldn't have necessarily been a bad idea. I mean, Eric Young is brilliant. Unfortunately, we forgot he existed.
Yeah.
But that is a good shout. I mean,
yeah.
It's not like I'm not counting whatever that was during the Daniel Bryan era. It's not like Eric Young really had a great run in TNA.
He had a good one.
He had a good one. He was solid, but he never was I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't know if I could see him.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
He
definitely thrive.
He can be comedy. He can be serious. He can be creepy.
And in AEW, where they kind of give you a license to just do what you think you want to do, he'd definitely thrive there. That's for sure. As well. Well, they hoard so much talent. I mean, in fairness,
Yeah.
where are you gonna?
They're
literally
if
making stars out of non-stars.
But I think
WWE
I think all the WWE guys they've picked up have been good hires.
Yeah.
You have Matt Hardy,
always
you have
a good
Broken
choice.
Matt,
Always a good choice. I mean,
who's
the character
yeah.
work alone.
You have Brody Lee, where like, hey, let's see what he can do. He's been misused completely. You have Jon Moxley, who despite being world's champion and not having a terrible run, who was not used to his potential, getting used to his potential. You have Jake Hager, who's not a main guy. He's literally just an enforcer,
Mm-hmm.
and he fits that role. I mean, who else could they have picked up to be a legit mixed martial arts enforcer? I mean, Ken Shamrock's in Impact.
And Bobby Lashley is languishing
Yeah.
in WWE.
But to me, like, I think Hager fits the role better than Lashley.
Because Hager can get that mean
and then
look.
Cody, who, started the whole damn thing. Billy Gunn, who's a producer. So do you want to count Archer? I look at him more as a New Japan guy than a WWE guy.
I definitely don't count him as WWE. I remember him mostly from the early TNA days.
Yeah.
And he's improved a lot since going to Japan.
That actually reminds me of whenever we went to the TNA Fan Fest in 2007 and nobody was at his table. And then I'm just kind of like popped right over to his and had him sign my book.
Pretty sure I did too.
Didn't really know what to say to him other than "you're a lot bigger in person."
Right.
I gave him this really cliche,
yeah.
Okay then, buddy. And then now, like, he was wrestling like I saw him in New Japan. That match against Will Ospreay was awesome, and it wasn't just because of Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
That he had in the G1 Climax last year. Holy shit!
You know, the ironic thing about that TNA thing was like one of the only people on the entire roster that didn't make it to that meet and greet was Tyson Tomko because he was in Japan and didn't get a flight back in time.
Yeah,
he was there for the show the next day. It was weird. It's like Tomko isn't here. All right.
Tomko, Jarrett, and R-Truth were the only guys that weren't there. And R-Truth was hurt.
Right.
They keep playing his music, and I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And I believe that was everybody that just wasn't there. That was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
still,
like the whole roster was there. Right?
It spoiled me whenever you had to start paying more money for things.
Yeah.
They can be, autographs are free unless you want on one of their things. Pictures are okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Very reasonable prices.
Especially
considering now.
Yeah. Now I go to comic book conventions and wrestling conventions, and I'm like, So if you can get a package deal for 40 or 50, you're doing good.
Right.
Remember when we met Ric Flair the first time? We're like, woo, $30, that's a lot of money, but it's Ric Flair.
Right.
Yeah, a picture and autograph from him at the last convention I went to was $100. It went up a little bit.
So I think we kind of glossed over it, but Matt Hardy debuted.
Matt Hardy debuted.
In AW.
Yeah.
He's going to be the 5th member of the Elites team, or the Deletes team.
Delete. Delete. Yes. I think it's a good hire because, one, he's a great character and you can do a lot with him. And number 2, he's a great mind and he'll know how to take, certain guys like, oh, who's this guy? You talk about these, once they kind of get a more of a core roster, oh, hey, they've signed one of my favorites that's now in the independents, Danhausen. And Warhorse, guys like that, and be like, okay, I know how to, bring them into the, deleted universe where I can do this, or I can do that. And he'll know how to, give an aura around guys like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. It's just so sad. I mean, who didn't enjoy
Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt during that whole compound thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't quite up to the quality of what TNA did, but it was enjoyable.
Still
I
pretty
enjoyed
good,
the hell
yeah.
out of it. Mower of lawns. Chair of wheels. Now he's aligned with the Bucks of Youth.
Bucks of All I need is another cameo from the Express, which rock and rolls.
Yes. Oh, they're around.
Yeah. Still not terrible at all for both men being in their 60s.
So. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Also, on the flip side, so Matt Hardy's there, and we know that's going to be great, and Jeff Hardy's back in WWE off of his latest thing, and he's just kind of back. Yay.
3, 2. It's the Pac-Man Jones song. 3, 2, 1. He's back. He's back.
Oh my. We're not supposed to speak of Pac-Man Jones.
No.
So yeah, WrestleMania is going to be weird. There's only 8 matches announced.
And it's going to be over 2 days.
nights.
Yeah, they're not going to do this. They're not going to do a 2-night WrestleMania where fucking shit's 8 hours fucking long.
Yeah.
No, but when
All
there's
this
8
time
matches.
we've said split it into 2 nights, and they're like, all right. It's like,
No, Daniel
you
Bryan.
took exactly what I said to do and did it not the way I envisioned. WWE in a nutshell.
Yeah. And unfortunately, there's not like really a whole hell of a lot we can talk about. It's just kind of. I mean, we've talked.
SmackDown was what it was. Not a lot happened.
It's
The
not
biggest
that.
thing I took
The
away
one-
was the women want the women's tag title, including Bayley. She wants to be a double champion. Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak are definitely a thing.
I don't think they'll be at WrestleMania though. I think Bryan's getting ready to take time off.
Yeah.
No, I think Bryan's getting ready to take legit time off. And when WrestleMania is at a performance center, it's kind of like, okay,
Right.
sure,
Go for it. Yeah.
sure, family first, especially now.
Some people pointed out, I guess it's not that risky in an empty arena, and I think he lives in Orlando anyway, but some people have pointed out it's really not the wisest thing for Roman Reigns as a cancer survivor to be running around during this.
But, I mean, the one thing I will, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but I feel like AEW did empty arena stuff head and shoulders better than the WWE. They had their hard camera facing the entrance, so you didn't see a sea of empty chairs. They put wrestlers out there to give a somewhat of an ambiance. Whereas like
they had 2 shows to study what WWE did wrong,
and they did it.
Yep.
And just like how
put in their work. They probably watched that damn thing multiple times.
They
Could
do.
you imagine?
They do the work.
Could you
They
imagine?
do the work.
Could you imagine though? I bet they watched that multiple times.
Yeah, they're like,
The hell
this
they
is
put
bad, this is bad, this is
themselves
bad.
through? Taking detailed notes.
Yeah. Yeah, NXT was a recap show, so.
I heard, yeah.
So that's
really nothing to talk about there. Raw didn't do much either.
Other than Edge
Edge,
just showing
yeah.
how fucking great Edge is.
I did enjoy John Cena and Bray Wyatt's back and forth on SmackDown. I will
Yeah.
give them that. I did enjoy that. It was well told. Both characters have their position made very clear. And you can pick a side as you choose. That's the way I took away from it.
Yeah.
And obviously I know who I'm choosing. Mr. Hollywood's fine. He doesn't...
That's what you're doing, right? But, yeah, I mean, much more to talk about than last week, but, a little bit more bouncing the step and stuff to get excited about.
Yeah,
Blood and guts. Now, to be clear, with AEW, they did say on the next Dynamite, not specifically next week, because
did not confirm that next week th're going to have a show.
Yeah, because they just.
We
I mean,
don't
you don't know with the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
But I think they did a good job. I'd really like to see them do Blood and Guts from the Hardy compound. I don't think they will. I think there's enough time.
Right.
But I really think they should do that.
All they got to do is set up one more ring into the cage. I mean, he already got at least 3 rings on his property.
Roman's fake cancer to film a movie lie is starting to fall apart. I don't think
So
it's
if
fake. I don't think he had fake cancer.
No. He's just got really good genetics, so he went into remission quicker than most people could ever hope to.
Yeah.
I mean, John Cena healed from a neck injury
Yeah.
in like 8 months. It should have took a year and a half. So.
Puts-
WWE hires Wolverine. I mean, what can I
Yeah.
say? You know?
And AEW needs to hire Wolverine and Brian Cage.
They got confused and got
Yeah.
Big Swole.
She's cool too, though.
I know.
She's cool too. I still my first Big Swole memory is at Louisville Comic Con. She's just they're doing like a women's wrestling Q&A and Chris Statlander's there and Sue Young and I'd never heard of Big Swole and she's just answering questions and there's a guy dressed as James from Team Rocket just walking around and she just goes, hey, let me out that. He's like, I don't have it. He goes, then where's Jesse? And he's like, Jesse's not with me. He's like, well, good on you. Get out of here.
When she's right though. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
you
I mean,
carry him out.
Yeah, at least carry me out.
You at least carry him
Or at the very, very least, a coughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a victory bell.
I think you have to have me out.
I know, but like fuck, I mean, have a Pokemon for the love of God.
Something. Do you at least have Pokeballs?
No, he just dressed as James. Disappointed, I know.
Very disappointing.
And on that note, thank you guys for watching this week's episode of the Just What We
Yeah,
Have.
the parking lot brawl.
Yep. Yeah.
That might be good. That might be interesting. I'd be interested to see another company try it, because I've seen WWE try it.
And it wasn't bad with Eddie and John Cena.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching this week's episode.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share. Subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but for comic books, anime, gaming, and all things geek culture. Follow me on all my social media pages. Facebook.com/AthleticGeekA9. Twitter @Athletic_GeekA9. Instagram @AthleticGeekA9. Jedi has no social media because he's got kids and he ain't got time for that shit, but message me on mine. I'll forward the message if it's for him. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank
Jedi
you so
Jason
much.
Kruger.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it
Yes.
very much. I know we're hurting for content.
Yes.
Sorry
yes, we
to
are.
cut you off there. I just wanted to
For
acknowledge
Jedi
all
Jason
of our awesome
Kruger.
fans.
I am the Athletic Geek. We are just two marks and we're out. Have a good one.